Yes, we are live. Happy Friday, folks. How are people? How's everyone doing? People Quasi back in the building. What is good? Friday night. Hope you guys are having a wonderful time. Hope you had a productive week. Listen, yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone who's tuning in. If you are here, props to everybody for tagging on in. Listen, tonight's going to be a special night because I've got I've got dogs in the house, but I've also got a special guest coming on in a few minutes. But before I do that, basically just want to check in with everybody. I'm going to give a minute or so for people to kind of jump on in here. See a couple people starting to get in on the fun. Shouts to all my martial arts people and shouts to all my non-martial arts people. Kung Fu Chronicles is the channel. I am Sifu Quasi, and every Friday for the last couple weeks we've been doing a live, minus 1 week I did it on a Sunday. But we're back doing this thing steady, 8 o'clock. Hoping everyone's liking this and a few things I have to talk about because we'll be talking about a few things tonight. But I have to start off. I'd be remiss not to. The actor and athlete and just all in all, from what I've heard and from people that I've known in the industry, good guy, Carl Weathers, unfortunately passed away today, aka Apollo Creed. Most people will always know him as Apollo first and foremost, but even before that, the guy was in the NFL. He was a player, and he did a lot of things. So he's not just an actor, but also an athlete. Mr. Carl Weathers, and there he is. So I want to salute the man first and foremost. I found out today, and it's kind of like it takes me back to my childhood because I remember early 80s. I didn't grow up with Rocky, but of course I watched the Rocky movies later in life. And of course I saw him as Apollo Creed, but I also in the 80s, there were all these cool movies out that were sci-fi action. He was in Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Watch that thing to death. I can quote it verbatim in some parts. It's sickening. People that know me, they get tired of me doing that. So yeah, it's really sad, but the guy had a body of work that was pretty incredible. A lot of the new generation will know him obviously from The Mandalorian, but way before The Mandalorian, again, he was an NFL linebacker, an athlete at first, and then got into acting and just really did his thing. Most people will know him from the Rocky movies, so set the stage with that.
Have the tiger, man, the edge. And now you got to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean? Maybe we could win it back together.
Yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. Carl Weathers. Yes, of course. The original Apollo Creed, before there was Creed, and shout out to Michael B. Jordan, but before there was Creed, the movie, there was the original Apollo Creed, who was in the Rocky films with Sylvester Stallone, okay? As I mentioned before, he was in a lot of other movies. Predator was like a big one that most people have seen. So the guy's is legendary because he's worked with these huge names. You have Sylvester Stallone on one side with the Rocky movies, and then, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Just for? Because some damn fool accused you of being the best. Dylan! You son of a bitch. What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils? Huh? Had enough? Make it easy on yourself, Dutch. Okay. You never did know when to quit, huh? Damn good to see you, Dutch. What is this fucking Thai business? Oh, come on, forget about my Thai, man. I heard about that little job you pulled off in Berlin. Very nice, Dutch. Good old days. Yeah, like the good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. One of my favorite movies, Carl Weathers. And my God, in those movies, if you watch them, the guy was in amazing shape. Amazing shape. Just yeah. Shout out again, Mr. Carl Weathers. Salute to you, sir. One movie that people probably aren't as aware of, especially if you're in the newer generation. The guy started off with a movie. Well, he bridged into his own after the success of doing these other movies where he was a co-star, bridged off, and they gave him his own vehicle to start hopefully a chain of movies that didn't happen. But Action Jackson, and people remember this movie. It was pretty kind of, it was insane. It was off kilter. It was an action piece that was set to make Carl Weathers like the next Sylvester Stallone, or or Arnold Schwarzenegger, or even Bruce Willis. It was his vehicle.
Why do they call you Action anyway?
Have to catch a cab. Now I got you.
He's a cop who carries no weapon.
This Jackson is so vicious, we don't even let him have a gun. Yeah!
He's a maverick who answers to no one.
You know, until that boy's arm off.
He had a spare.
He's a man who's no talk
I bet I can make you change your mind.
and all action.
How do you like your ribs?
The indefatigable Action Jackson.
The one big fella.
Some action.
You haven't learned your lesson? Teach me.
You sure could teach Mr. T a thing or two.
So allow me to lay my healing hands upon you. What do you want from me? I want you to die. 1, 2, 3.
When it calls for action, he's the one to call.
If I was to hit you again, you'd probably slam my little body right through that wall. I was thinking about it.
Carl Weathers is Action Jackson, and action is on the way.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So if you're unfamiliar, the guy played was in so many cool movies, and they tried and failed, unfortunately, to spring load and give him another vehicle, which was Action Jackson. And shout out to Vanity. I forgot was in that movie. Sharon Stone was in that movie. Craig T. Nelson was the villain. I've forgotten about that. It's been so long since I've seen the movie. Rest in peace, also Vanity. And for those people that don't know, Vanity, that was the movie after she had done my martial arts heads had done The Last Dragon with Timok. The next year she had done Action Jackson with Carl Weathers, of course. And she was on her run also of trying to become a superstar. And kind of little fact, she wasn't in the Purple Rain movie with Prince because they had contract negotiations that didn't work out. So of course, even though she was the lead singer of Vanity 6 at the time, and that was the plan, Prince wanted her to be in Purple Rain, and of course it didn't work out contract wise. So we got Apollonia 6 instead of Vanity 6, which was the original plan. But the good and the bad. The bad, obviously, we didn't get Vanity in Purple Rain, but we got Apollonia. So that was Apollonia's big break. So and then of course Vanity went on to do other things and became a minister later in life. So and then passed away back in 2016. But pretty sad on that. But of course, the my martial arts heads out there and anybody watching, of course, the Last Dragon is the deal, and everybody remembers that when she was played Laura Charles, I think Laura Charles in that movie. Yeah, brain semi working on a Friday night. But all right, it's time to check in. Yeah, once again, rest in peace to Carl Weathers. He will be missed, and a really, really, really big talent. So want to give that brother his props tonight. One more time. And you guys out here on the check-in, make sure you're linked in with me tonight. Okay, let me know what's going on. We've got a lot of fun and exciting things coming up on the channel, so I want you guys to be aware of that. I've got a new Kung Fu Convo coming out. That's my straight up no chaser series. We debunk a lot of bullshito. Looking forward to my next episode, which should be coming at you in the next couple days, so look out for that one. Hoping people are still, and I see people are still enjoying my Cynthia Rothrock interview. Getting a lot of great feedback back from that. And behind the scenes, working on a lot of cool interviews for you guys. The 2024 is set to be a really good year for that. A lot of people have reached out on their own. I've reached out to some prominent people in the martial arts field, trying to get into more of the UFC side. So on the fighting side, getting some known and some not as known MMA players in the game that we'll be able to talk to. And that is the big plan. All right. So as I said, we're going to have a special guest coming on in just a couple minutes. But before I do that, I really wanted to just kind of, kind of recap things and get things going, and kind of like let you guys know where we're headed with the channel, and basically kind of, just check in with everybody. I wanted to, open up the line so people can get in here and talk. And if you've got a comment or you've got something on your mind, let me know. And then also, you have access here. I've got all my socials down below. You guys can check in that way. And if there's a question that comes up that you don't get to ask tonight, you can feel free to reach out by email or anything like that. Usually we're going to reserve this Friday night for the time when I can check in with the Kung Fu Chronicle fam, the community out here that we're growing. So proud to be doing this for 3+ years on the channel. And as I was telling the story before, last couple of weeks, I've just started doing lives. So it's super brand new to me. An ex-coworker of mine suggested doing it, because he said, hey, listen, this is the way to really get out there, reach out and touch the audience. You want to go live. You want to have people be able to comment on things that you're doing. So, we've done that, and it's kind of fun. So I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying being able to kind of reach out and touch the people and get feedback from you guys. So, if a lot of people are watching, a lot of old videos have been popping up lately, getting comments on those. So I guess, it's the algorithm of YouTube. So as people kind of chime in, you're like, or check in, the algorithm will lead them to maybe old videos, depending on things that they're looking for or whatever. We'll connect them with the older videos. So, which is cool. So it's cool for people to discover the old stuff. And again, the interview stuff that we've got going on, we've got both our spotlight interviews cycles, or I should say format, the spotlights where I'm spotlighting people just in martial arts in general. Then my 5 Crucial Questions for Kung Fu Masters series, which we talk mainly to obviously people that are in specifically that practice Kung Fu or teach Kung Fu or have made their mark in Kung Fu specifically. And I, as an old Ying Jiao Pai, Northern Eagle Claw practitioner, that's my foundation. And as I mentioned before, I also have a black belt in Krav Maga. So there's the Israeli martial arts. So that's more on my self-defense side. So kind of, meshing the two things together. Because as I mentioned in other lives, I'm trying to make things as practical as possible as I get older. Can't flip and kick forever, as much as it's fun for me. And speaking of that, it's interesting because as I told my audience last week, I'll be prepping and have been prepping for my 2nd degree in Krav Maga. So I'm going for that belt. So that's going to be a series of almost like or a stint of about 4 months. It's about 4 tests, and it's 4 tests total. So that's going to take up some time, and I'm like gearing up for that, just starting to really get in shape, or, not really get in shape, but really just get into the routine again. Cause there's a lot, it's a very demanding process, both time wise and just physical wise. It's a very time consuming and very just arduous process, but I'm looking forward to it. My first black belt test, or the pre-test as we call them, will be in 2 weeks. So the middle of February, that's happening. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. All right. So it looks like we've got our special guest here. I'm going to bring him onto the stage. As soon as I bring him up here, you guys will recognize him right away. But just to give you a quick preview, we have talked in the past, so I'll give you guys a quick preview of that, so you guys know who we're talking about right away.
Sold the magazine, and I said, okay, I want to focus on history. What would be the best way to do history? And I thought, museum would be great. We don't have a museum. There is no museum whatsoever. Our only archive is the magazines.
Right.
And if you're not in the magazine, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows your art. Nobody knows nothing. And I said, a museum would be fantastic.
Yes, yes, indeed. Mr. Michael Matsuda, the president and founder of the Martial Arts Museum, and used to be formerly Burbank and now in Glendale, the city of Glendale. Yes. How are you, sir?
Yes. Good to see you. How are you doing, Sequel?
Good. I'm great. I'm good to see you, man. I wanted to catch up and first of all, catch up and say hello, but also catch the audience and people up with what's going on with the museum. You guys recently moved and yeah, so fill us in. How's everything going and with the process? What's happening?
Well, thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it very much. You caught us in the middle of working and constructing, taking a little break, and we're so thrilled to be on your show. So again, congratulations on all your success and doing a lot for the community. But to talk about the museum, as you know, we closed our doors to the city of Burbank on December 9th was our last day. And we moved into this new facility in the city of Glendale, California, on actually in November. We moved in November and we've been here for 2 months now, almost 3 months. And we've been just working night and day at this new location we're very excited about. It is 4 times the size of our current location. And I'm thrilled to death about it. And, you know, I appreciate everybody's support on it. And finally, after all these years, 25 years, we finally have a big museum. So yay, we're here in the city of Glendale.
Yeah, that definitely a deserves some applause. I know you're working night and day, and I see you checking in live and everything. And sometimes I'll catch it even after you know, I won't catch you live, and I'll catch it later. It's like, man, like, do you ever sleep, man? Because geez, I know it's hopefully you got a lot of help. I'm hoping.
We lost your audio.
Oh, sorry about that. I was saying, man, do you ever sleep? Because I see you live, you know, like always at the museum. It's like, geez, it's like, hopefully you got a lot of help.
Sorry, Sifu, your audio disappeared.
Oh, did my audio? Okay. Can you not? Oh, let's see.
You were fine a second ago. I don't know what happened.
Okay. All
These
right.
internet stuff, you know.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Are we back? Are we live?
Here,
Hello?
I'm gonna try to hit something just in case. Let's see.
Okay, let's see. Whoa, technical difficulty.
Let's see.
Let's
Hello?
see.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You can't hear me.
Okay, I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Let me make sure.
He says, wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay, my mic is on. You know, I'm gonna do this. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Nope, can't hear me. Okay, I'm back. Okay, maybe here. Can you hear me?
No, nothing yet.
Wow, that's weird.
While you're doing that, I'll get my battery charger just in case this takes a while. Just in case.
Yes, no problem. No problem. That's very interesting. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, here we
are.
Just in case. Never know, it might run long.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I still can't hear you.
Can't hear me. Okay. Okay, so it's transmitting.
Do you want me to come back in and close and come back in?
Yeah.
Can do that? Okay, I'll close and I'll come back in. Is that okay?
Okay. Oh, yes.
Okay,
yes,
let's do it.
Okay.
I'm leaving now.
All right. So while Mr. Michael Matsuda is chiming back in, yes, he the news on the museum is that they've moved from Burbank now to Glendale. So he is very busy getting things over. If you've never been to the Martial Arts Museum, you guys really need to go over there. It was a pleasant surprise for me getting over there. This was a few months back, and the interview's up on the channel, shameless plug, that I did with him. That was in the middle of last year. Had a great time there. But the original museum was like you said, this one's 4 times bigger. So, man, it's like you guys have no excuse, especially now if you're out in Glendale. And I believe he's off of Brand Street for those people that are familiar with the Glendale area in California. I want to be specific. So for those that may be watching outside of the California area, it's in Glendale, California. But there's a lot to see there. So much valuable, as the namesake connotates. This history, martial arts history, the section for old school Chinese history, old school Japanese history, all of that going on. So let's see here if we've got a connection again. Are we good? Can you hear me?
Okay,
Can you hear
great.
me now? Okay, we're back. All right. I don't know what happened. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, internet,
Sorry
what do you
about
do?
that. Well, real quick, I was just saying, before we had the technical difficulties, that since you moved over there, I was like, man, I see you on live, on your own platform. It's like every day you're there working nonstop. Do you ever sleep? I'm like, hopefully you got a lot of help behind the scenes. So what's going on?
Well,
with that?
we have sporadic help here and there. Today, my great friend Bill Weber is here right now. And
Nice.
he comes once in a great while. My friend Robin Price has come a couple weeks in a row, so I'm very thankful for that. And the rest has been in my hands. But,
Yes.
thank you. Get a few people here and there coming to paint and help us do jewelry and get the store prepared and stuff like that. So we've been getting help throughout the last couple of months, people coming in a little at a time. So I'm very grateful for that. But the rest of the time, it's mostly in my hands. I'm learning how to be a contractor when I don't know how to do it.
Well, let me ask you, because you just said that this one is 4 times bigger than the old one. And by the way, I love the old one. So does that mean you have different now? You're going to expand. What will there be different in the new building? Or will you?
Well, we'll have a room. So we're going to have kind of basically the same stuff we had over there, but a little bit more. But we're also, instead of the Chinese area, instead of a couple walls, and that's it, you got a whole section that's Chinese, a whole big section that's Japanese and more. And so every area is increased at least double or triple. So which is great. We've also added, we're adding capoeira, we're adding European, we're Native American, we're adding Scottish and Irish, we're adding Hispanic, different things like that. We're adding to the museum. We're expanding our animation to carry, Sony, like PlayStation and all that stuff.
Oh, very nice.
Also we're adding martial arts history a little bit more.
Okay.
And a little bit broader. And of course, we're adding a Bruce Lee wall, so that'll be pretty cool. And then cool. A lot more stuff we're adding. So, but in addition to that, we've increased our theater quite a bit. Before it was outside,
in the back. I remember.
And it was you had the rain or the sun or the wind.
Right.
Now it's all inside. And 122 seats, so 52 more seats than before. So now we'll be able to have it at any time an event. So that's the big thing. And then also we have an area for exhibits. So we can change exhibits every month or every couple of months or every week or something like that. And that way people can see something brand new.
Oh, sweet. Okay, that's really great. So now the big question is, when are you planning? When's the big opening date, or do you have an opening date yet?
Oh, I forgot to mention, we also expanded the museum store. So as I turn in my little chair here, I'm going to show everybody. There's the store, right?
Oh, nice.
Look at that. There's the store. Finally. There you go. Finally, a nice store. And we have a little lounge. If you see behind me, there's a couch and chairs and stuff like that, which is pretty good. Because we get so many guests that come and they want to hang out. And now we have a little lounge so they can hang out, bring me a pizza or something.
There you go. I'll swing by. I'll bring you a pizza, buddy.
There you go. But
so yes.
Back to your question, when is the opening date? We're working hard on this. Again, it's 4 times the size. I'm guessing we'll probably open in March. We think we're going to finish everything by the end of February, maybe the beginning of March, have everything done. but I'm hoping to open sometime in March. I'm not giving it a date because when we're done is when we're done. And
Yeah.
that's when we'll open.
No, I
Last
get
time I gave a date and I pressured myself too much. So this time I'm not going to pressure myself. And when we're done, we said, okay, next week's
right.
the grand opening.
Nice, nice. No. And we're all looking forward to it. I know every time I see you, I'm kind of like, hey, how's everything going? And you're like, we're waiting for the final word, waiting for the final word. And obviously you got the word from the city to do it. And you're in a good location. I heard you talking about you're like on Museum Row out there, right? That's where you guys are gonna be out there.
Right.
Yep.
There's in the city of LA on Wilshire, there's a place called Museum Row, and they have
Right,
about 5 or 6 museums right there, which is fantastic. Well,
right.
over here in Glendale, we kind of now have the same thing. On
Right.
Brand Boulevard, we have the Neon Museum, the Armenia Museum coming up, and now the Martial Arts History Museum,
History
all within
Museum.
walking distance of each other. So now we'll
Very
have a Museum Row in the city of Glendale.
That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be so. Have you talked to the other museum owners as well and kind of try to sync up with things, or have you just been so busy? Yeah, I'm really.
Yeah, I've been so busy. I'm just worried about us right now.
I get it. I get it. Totally get it. Well, speaking of, I won't hold you too long, but speaking of upcoming stuff, because I know you're working hard to get the museum open, but obviously Dragon Fest is your big event. I did it last year, had so much fun. Are we planning on Dragon Fest 2024 as we speak, or how's that going?
Oh, yes, yes. I love Dragon Fest. Dragon Fest is our biggest fundraiser, but it's also a great time when we all get together at once. And it's going to be in August, I think the first weekend of August.
Okay.
And we're going to have it again. It's going to be at the same place in Glendale
There we
here,
go.
not far
Right.
from here. And
So
we think it's
easier
going
to
to be huge.
transport stuff this time. Easier to transport
Right,
stuff.
right. Just down the street.
Down the
But
street.
yeah, we're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be in Glendale, and we're gonna have a blast. So we're thrilled about that. But we haven't booked any events here
Okay.
because we just want to get it done,
Right.
And once we're done, then we're ready. We can collapse for a while, go to Disneyland for a day, and then do
Right.
something to relax, and then open the doors.
No, totally understand. So as you left Burbank, was that kind of like that nostalgic feel or that feeling of like, hey, like this was a great place to start, but we're moving on. But was that little tinge of like, oh man, we're leaving Burbank behind, or were you just like, nah, let's go? What were your feelings?
Great question. We still have the property right now. It's on the market. But, I was there today with a few friends and I said, wow, what we have done here in this little place is
A
we
lot of
made history. We brought people together. We honored people who are gone now. And we have done so much here. They say if the walls could talk, what great stories they would tell. And I say, what a great time we had. 13, 14 years there. What a wonderful time, a wonderful city, and the amazing people we met and the relationships we built there. You cannot ask for more. So I look back, as you say, with nostalgia and look back from a wonderful time and look forward to an even greater time here in the great city of Glendale.
Of course. Yeah, I'm a little biased because I'm in Burbank, so of course it's a little more of a trip for me, but that's fine because I've really and of course I met you at the Burbank location. But again, we're looking forward to bigger and better. So it's the year's starting off really well for you. So congratulations again, and I'll definitely keep in touch because I want to be able to hopefully be able even to help out behind the scenes and we connect and do all that fun stuff. So.
I didn't know you were in Burbank.
Well, yeah, I work there, so I'm always in
Oh,
Burbank. I'm
wow.
literally like 5-6 days a week. I'm in Burbank.
We could have done the interview live from here.
That's true. That's true. Well, yeah, you're in Glendale. Yeah, that's true. Well, next time we've always got another opportunity. But I wanted to definitely take time to get people updated on what's going on with the Martial Arts History Museum. Because again, ever since I did the interview with you, people will kind of ask me even behind the scenes, what's new or what's going on. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get Michael Matsuda back on again to talk about it. So we're looking forward to a great year with you guys.
People are going to be, I like your dog. People are going to be really thrilled. You know, we're not done. We're 50% done. And I'm thrilled with it already. You know, it's got part of the old here, part of the old place, which is great. And I wanted to keep that same spirit. And they're going to have a great time here. They really are. And I'm just so happy to be here and happy everybody supported us along the way. I hope those who haven't supported us will finally come along and jump off the fence and come aboard and say, hey, guys, we have a museum. Not only is it no longer small, but it's a good sized museum. It's a lot of fun for everybody to enjoy. You know, the museum is so big. I think I've lost like 13, 14 pounds by running back and forth and putting the stuff up and all that.
Yeah, I know you're putting in a lot of work. I know you're putting in a whole lot of work. So no, we're so excited and we're looking forward to when you guys open up. So I'll definitely keep in touch and probably have you back on live again to talk about it because opening day, I know you're probably planning to do something very special for that. So can't wait for that grand opening, right?
Yeah, and you'll have to come, you know, do a show here while we're showing the construction and what we're doing. It'd be kind of exciting.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to do that. That sounds like a great idea. All right, Mr. Michael Matsuda, so good to have you tonight, and you know, much more success, and you know, like good luck with everything, getting everything squared away, and we'll look forward to the word when you're ready to reopen, and I'll keep in touch.
Thank you. Thank you, Sifu Kazi. I truly appreciate that, and thank everybody once again for making the museum possible. Thank you.
Absolutely. You've got our support all the way. All right. We'll talk to you very soon. Good to talk to you.
Take care.
All right. There he is. So that was really great. It was good to talk to Mr. Michael Matsuda once again. And yeah, guys, it's great information. And really, if you've never made a trip down to the museum, when the opening happens, we really need to make sure we get down and support. They've done so many great things. Yeah, my dogs are having a ball tonight. Hey guys, come on. My dogs are having at it tonight. But yeah, if you've never been to the museum, you guys really need to you know, put it on your calendars to get down there. But yes, so again, great to be live again with you guys. We'll do this again next week like we usually do, Friday 8 o'clock. Come on back. Maybe next week we have another guest. Maybe we do it the way we did before, where we just talk martial arts news and things coming up. But as usual, drop your feedback down below. Do send me, keep continuing to send me emails and reach out on my IG. All that information is down here. I'll pop it back up for you guys. And yeah, you know, we'll keep this thing moving and continue to have things grow. And I'm really, really thankful to everybody for being a part of the community and helping things move as we you know, we move into this new year. New interviews plan coming at you. I've talked to some really, really cool people I know you guys are going to enjoy, locking in those things. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, a whole lot more. So I will talk to you guys all next week, Friday at this time. Look out for some new videos dropping during the week as usual. New videos on Wednesdays. You guys know that always. Some new interviews coming up. And everybody stay healthy, stay safe. See you guys in the next round. Have a great weekend and week. Bye, guys.